I think just about every family has one of those guys. The guy with some tools, he has some know how. So when something needs to be fixed or repaired or built or modified, he's the guy you call. I'm pretty lucky because there's a few of those guys in my family, and I'm even luckier because I'm one of them. I enjoy having this shop and spending time in it, and having the tools and the knowledge to be that guy that people call when they need something fixed or built. So when this old dresser drawer fell apart on my brother-in-law and he asked if I could fix it, I said sure, bring it on over. Now he initially asked if I could repair this, but once I got it and took a look at it, it was obvious that it's far beyond the repair stage and the whole thing just needs to be rebuilt. I'm going to reuse the face so when the drawer is installed and it's closed, it looks the same as it always did, but the box and the bottom are going to be all brand new. The sides and the back are just made of particle board. They're completely shot, as is the bottom. It's thin plywood and it's warped and it's just not usable anymore. So I just took measurements directly from the pieces that are here, and I'm going to build a new box out of 1/2-inch plywood. And I'm just going to replicate the size of each piece, the locations of all the dados and the grooves, and construct the new box the same as this one. The only thing I'm really going to have to be careful about is removing the sides from the front. They're stapled together and maybe glued also. Hopefully there's no glue and they're just staples, and this will come apart pretty clean. I really don't want to damage the drawer front so I can reuse it. So this will be a little bit more of a delicate deconstruction than just smashing this thing apart. So let's get to it and get this drawer rebuilt. So the first thing I want to do is remove this side from the front. It's stapled in. I don't see any glue squeeze out, so I'm hoping it's just staples only and I can just carefully knock this apart. Oh yeah. There we go. Well, that was easy. Good. Let's do the other side. That side came off even cleaner. I'll just grab some needle nose pliers and pull these staples out and clean this up. Now I figured this particle board was going to get damaged when I took it apart. So before I did that, I took all the measurements I need to rebuild these pieces. So I'll just use those measurements to remake the two sides and the back. So the dados for the slides are 1/4 inch deep and 3/4 of an inch wide. So I'll just set my blade here to 1/4 inch depth. So the original bottom was made from this really thin, kind of flimsy press board stuff you can see here. It's like, I don't know, 1/8 inch thick or so. I'm going to make the new bottom out of the same 1/2 inch material that I'm making the sides and the back out of. This will make for a much stronger drawer, so I just need to cut a 1/2 inch dado into the sides of each of my side pieces and the back. So I'm going to start the dado for the drawer bottom 1/4 inch up from the bottom of the drawer. And then from there, I will cut a 1/2 inch wide dado. Now, if you're doing a drawer like this, just make sure the dado for your bottom and the dado for your runners don't overlap each other. Since each of those dados is half the thickness of your material, if they overlap each other, you'll just cut your material in half, and obviously you don't want to do that. And I'll cut these dados the same way I cut the dados for the runners. I'll just make 2 cuts, establishing my outside edges, and then just nibble away the material in between. I found that if you have just a few dados to make, in this case I'm only making 1 drawer, doing it that way is actually quicker than going through the process of setting up a dado stack and getting that dialed in. So the pieces are all cut, and the assembly is just some glue and staples. This drawer front's pretty warped too, but I kind of have to use it so it looks the same when it's installed. That should work right there, though. So the drawer is all done. It was a pretty simple build. The only real challenge was making sure everything was dimensioned and measured correctly. I don't have access to the dresser this is actually going in, so I had to rely on that old broken drawer to get all my measurements from. And this is built to the same specs that it was. It's nice and square, so it should slide right in. So this video was kind of about building a drawer, but really it was about what I was talking about at the beginning of the video. And that is, be thankful, be happy, see it as a blessing if you are that guy or gal in your family that has the space, the tools, and the know-how to do stuff like this. I've made projects that I've donated to auctions that are raising money for good causes, and I do projects like this. When friends or family need something done, I'll help them out with it. And that's just one of the great things about being involved in a hobby like this, is you can make a positive impact in somebody else's life.
Nobody thinks about people the way I do. All right, snap out of it, you stupid jerk. You're eating a turkey sandwich. What do you want, a Nobel Prize?
Now, of course, a new dresser drawer isn't going to change anybody's life, but it's a need they had, and I'm happy that I could help them out with it. So I would just challenge you to think about what talents you have and look for opportunities to use that talent to make a positive impact in someone else's life, even if it's as small as something as making a new dresser drawer. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.